Sharp unveils innovative VR controller. Haptic gloves meet standard buttons. Imagine being able to feel the virtual world right at your fingertips, textures, vibrations, and more, without losing the familiarity of traditional gaming controls. That's exactly what Sharp is attempting to bring to life with its latest innovation, a prototype VR controller that blends haptic gloves with standard buttons. This bold step into the future of immersive technology has already sparked curiosity, but here's where it gets controversial. Can this hybrid design truly bridge the gap between realism and usability? Let's dive in. Sharp, a name you might not immediately associate with virtual reality, has just unveiled a prototype VR haptic controller set to debut in Japan. The company claims this device can simulate the sensation of touch within virtual environments while maintaining the classic button layout gamers have come to rely on. But how does it work? According to Sharp, the secret lies in multi-segmented tactile elements embedded in the fingertips of the gloves. These elements generate distinct vibration patterns designed to mimic different textures, like smooth glass or rough stone, offering users a richer sensory experience. Now, here's the part most people miss. While these haptics aren't yet advanced enough to perfectly replicate real-world sensations, Sharp emphasizes that tweaking certain parameters has allowed them to create a diverse range of tactile feedback. In their own words, rather than waiting until developers are fully satisfied, we aim to collaborate with our users to refine and improve the quality of the content. It's an intriguing approach, one that puts user feedback front and center in the development process. However, there are some notable limitations. For instance, unlike full-fledged haptic gloves that allow for precise finger tracking, Sharp's prototype doesn't offer the same level of dexterity. Additionally, it lacks force feedback, the ability to simulate resistance, and temperature-based feedback, such as warmth or cold. So, while the gloves provide a novel way to interact with VR environments, they may not satisfy those seeking hyper-realistic immersion. On the flip side, Sharp ensures that the controllers retain the functionality of a traditional VR controller. They include sticks and buttons, making them versatile tools for both gaming and other interactive applications. One lingering question, though, is how the gloves will be tracked in space. Sharp hints at compatibility with popular tracking standards, possibly through mounts tailored to systems with high market adoption. However, details remain vague at this stage. Currently, the prototype is undergoing demonstration experiments, meaning it's still too early to tell whether it will hit the commercial market. All we've seen so far are renderings, leaving much to the imagination. Despite this uncertainty, Sharp plans to roll out early versions of the device to paying customers in Japan. Recently, the company closed pre-registrations via its Japan-focused website, pricing the units at 100,000 yen, approximately $680 USD. A word of caution from Sharp: please note that development or release may be cancelled. Interestingly, Sharp isn't exactly new to extended reality, XR. Though often overshadowed by bigger names like Meta or Sony, Sharp has quietly established itself as a key player in the industry. As the leading OEM supplier of premium VR displays, the company once dominated as the top display provider for the Meta Quest 2. Furthermore, in late 2024, Sharp partnered with Japan's largest telecom provider, NTT Docomo, to launch a pair of AR glasses called Mirza, a project that further underscores their commitment to XR innovation. So, what do you think? Will Sharp's hybrid VR controller revolutionize the way we interact with virtual worlds, or is it doomed to fall short of expectations? Is combining haptic gloves with traditional controls a stroke of genius, or a compromise too far? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. Revolutionizing virtual reality. Haptic tech adds real touch to digital interactions. Touch Revolution. a technology finally bringing physical sensation to virtual worlds. In a breakthrough that could transform how we connect online, engineers at the University of Southern California have created an innovative wearable system that introduces the crucial missing element from our digital interactions, the ability to physically touch one another. This groundbreaking development might just be the solution to the emotional disconnection plaguing our screen-dominated relationships. Have you ever wondered why video calls still leave you feeling somehow distant from loved ones? The answer lies in our fundamental human need for physical contact. From our earliest moments as infants through our entire adult lives, touch serves as a cornerstone of emotional connection, fostering trust, building bonds, and even helping regulate our stress responses. But here's the troubling reality. As our social lives increasingly migrate to digital platforms, this essential element of human connection has been left behind, until now. Researchers at USC's Viterbi School of Engineering have pioneered a wearable haptic technology that allows people to exchange and feel physical gestures in virtual reality environments in real time, regardless of physical distance. Their groundbreaking research has been published on the ArcIV preprint server, documenting a system that could revolutionize remote interaction. This cutting-edge technology features specially designed gloves and sleeve-like attachments embedded with an array of miniature vibration motors. These motors create remarkably lifelike sensations, mimicking pressure, resistance, and movement. Imagine virtually shaking hands with a colleague across the country and actually feeling the pressure of their grip, or giving a comforting pat on the shoulder to a distant friend and having them truly feel your gesture of support. The system makes these previously impossible interactions a tangible reality, allowing users to exchange handshakes, high fives, gentle squeezes, and other meaningful touches while navigating a shared virtual environment. But that's not all. Participants can also manipulate digital objects and receive immediate tactile feedback that mirrors real-world sensations. The effectiveness of this technology isn't just theoretical. In a comprehensive user study presented at the IEEE World Haptics Conference, participants reported significantly higher levels of engagement, pleasure, and authenticity during virtual interactions when they could physically feel the gestures being exchanged. The difference was striking enough to suggest this might represent a paradigm shift in digital communication. Our society faces a troubling paradox, explains Heather Culbertson, Associate Professor of Computer Science and Biomedical Engineering at USC Viterbi and the study's corresponding author. Despite spending equal or greater amounts of time socializing through digital channels, we're witnessing alarming increases in depression, anxiety, and what experts now recognize as touch starvation. Virtual interaction has become an inescapable feature of contemporary life, but the critical question driving our research is, how can we transform online connections to deliver more of the profound social and emotional benefits we derive from face-to-face encounters? The inner workings of virtual touch. What makes this system particularly remarkable is its capacity to accommodate up to 16 simultaneous users. Each participant appears within the shared virtual space as a fully articulated three-dimensional avatar that precisely mirrors their physical movements in real time. Unlike conventional video conferencing, which constrains users to a fixed perspective, this platform allows complete freedom of movement. Participants can circle around one another, pass objects between them, and collaborate on tasks requiring physical coordination, all while experiencing appropriate tactile sensations. This innovation emerged from something profoundly human, the yearning to feel connected to those we care about, but cannot physically reach, reveals Preminkar Banerjee, a doctoral candidate in Culbertson's Haptics, Robotics, and Virtual Interaction Lab, and the study's lead author. Having personally experienced more than 5 years separated from my family and closest friends, this research transcended academic interest and became deeply personal. We're striving to use technology not merely to simulate the appearance of presence, but to recreate that profound sense of physical connection that distance typically eliminates from our relationships. The tactile dimension comes from the specialized wearable components, gloves and armbands equipped with strategically positioned vibration motors. These devices deliver precisely calibrated tactile feedback that convincingly simulates various sensations, enabling users to physically experience gestures and object interactions within the virtual reality space. Laboratory evaluations demonstrated that participants experienced significantly enhanced feelings of presence and social connection when the system incorporated tactile feedback. The research team. Feeling virtual reality. The future of haptic gloves. Imagine a world where you can actually feel the touch of another person, even if they're miles away in a completely different virtual environment. Sounds like science fiction? Well, it's quickly becoming reality. But here's where it gets controversial. As our lives grow increasingly dependent on screens and virtual communication, the vital human sensation of touch is disappearing. And engineers at the University of Southern California's Viterbi School of Engineering are challenging that trend with their breakthrough haptic technology. This cutting-edge system uses specialized gloves and vibration-enabled armbands designed to replicate the sensation of human touch within virtual reality. From simple handshakes and comforting pats to squeezes, these tactile gloves transform cold digital interactions into emotionally rich experiences, bridging the physical gap created by distance. The technology was recently put through its paces in a user study involving up to 16 participants at once, each represented in a shared virtual space by a full-body avatar that mirrors their movements in real time. Within this space, users can freely walk around, perform natural gestures, and manipulate virtual objects. Imagine handing a cup of coffee or collaboratively completing group tasks, all while experiencing a believable sense of physical contact through the subtle vibrations produced by the tiny motors embedded in the gloves and sleeves. But it isn't just about fancy gadgets. The study presented at the renowned IEEE World Haptics Conference demonstrated that participants reported a stronger emotional connection and greater enjoyment when the sense of touch was included in their virtual interactions. The research further explored how changing the speed of gestures and the type of vibration affected users' feelings, providing valuable insights to refine future designs and maximize emotional impact. Heather Culbertson, an associate professor at USC Viterbi and the study's lead researcher, highlights a troubling reality. Even as people spend more time socializing online, rates of depression, anxiety, and what's called touch starvation are rising. She asks a critical question. If virtual interactions are here to stay, how can we infuse them with the social benefits that physical presence naturally offers? This project is deeply personal for its creators. Pramankor Banerjee, a doctoral student at USC and the first author of the study, shares that his motivation stemmed from his own experience of being separated from loved ones for over 5 years. For him, this research was never just academic. It was a heartfelt mission to develop technology that doesn't simply mimic presence, but revives the physical closeness often lost in long-distance communication. The potential uses extend far beyond simple video calls. Picture hospitalized patients reaching out to family members through realistic touch, students engaging more fully in hybrid classrooms, or military personnel feeling genuinely connected with loved ones during deployments. While existing platforms like Zoom and FaceTime maintain audio-visual links, they miss the crucial element of physicality that humans instinctively crave. Culbertson cautions that this technology isn't intended to replace face-to-face contact, but aims to support and enhance social bonds when real-world presence isn't feasible. In our increasingly virtualized world, reintroducing the sense of touch might be essential to satisfying a basic human need that goes far beyond casual interaction. Human touch is fundamental to our emotional and physical well-being, Culbertson explains. Integrating touch into virtual environments is a vital step toward creating more meaningful and authentic connections in today's digital age. The full study is available on the archive preprint server for those interested in diving deeper into the science behind this innovation. Now, here's a thought-provoking question. As we embrace more sophisticated virtual interactions capable of simulating touch, are we enhancing true human connection or risking a new kind of illusion that could make us even more disconnected from reality? How do you see this balancing act unfolding in your own life? Feel free to share your opinions, agreement, skepticism, or curiosity in the comments below.